Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom! And welcome to Today.
Today.
Brought to you by Boss Shot Shells. Check out the new Dove loads. Be having them out. All the marketing, all that stuff should be out sometime next month, I think. So it should be pretty cool. We release them, be ready to roll.
It's not quite time for, everybody thinking about dove hunting and everything, but we're getting close.
It's fishing
We're getting
season
closer.
still, but it's
Fishing
getting there.
season for another week.
Yep. All right.
And then it's
Today.
turkey season, which if you need Boss Tom, go there.
Yep.
BossShotShells.com.
Today is March
24th.
24th. I can get right down right in front of me. March 24th. Today is my day for March 24th. And I'm going to tell you something. My day was not an easy day.
Good.
Because nobody died on March 24th.
Nobody of importance.
Or that I found
Somebody's
very
Grammy
important.
probably died, and you shouldn't be disrespectful that way.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what I've got. My today for who was born today was a gentleman. And I'm going to give you a little bit.
I feel bad for you because I've already got mine for tomorrow.
And it's good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I got some bangers.
Okay. Well, born today, was a gentleman who was the greatest escape artist of all times. He was a magician. Who do you think that would be, Andy?
The Blaine guy? David Blaine?
No. That's child's play. Gentleman named Harry Houdini.
Well, I mean, that was if you said the godfather of escape artistry, I would pick Houdini, but the best is Crisscross Angel or whatever his name was.
Chris Angel.
Yeah, him or David Blaine.
Yeah, but he died in that accident the other day, so it's not. I wouldn't put him in there.
He did?
No, but it sounded good for just a second because it doesn't make him sound better than Harry Houdini. Anyways, Houdini was born as Eric Weiss, March 24th, 1874, and died in 1926. Known professionally as Harry Houdini. He was a Hungarian-American escapologist, illusionist, and stunt performer noted for his escape arts.
All he did was palm the key. I don't know why everybody's...
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
He didn't just palm a key.
Keistered it.
Houdini's big break came in 1899 when he met manager Martin Beck in St. Paul, Minnesota. Impressed by Houdini's handcuffs act, Houdini got where he would go to these police stations and they'd lock him up and he'd get out of it. And they couldn't figure out how to do it.
Well, we know how to get out of it.
Well, yeah, with a clothespin, bobby pin.
That's right.
Okay. So after meeting this gentleman, within months, he was performing at the top vaudeville houses in the country, which was where everybody would want to go showcase their talent. Beck arranged for Houdini to tour Europe after some days of unsuccessful interviews in London. Houdini's British agent, Harry Day, helped him get an interview with C. Dundas Slater, then manager of the Alhambra Theatre. He was introduced to William Melville and gave a demonstration of escape from handcuffs at Scotland Yard. He succeeded in baffling the police so effectively that he was booked at the Alhambra for 6 months. His show was an immediate hit and his salary rose to $300 a week, which today is equivalent to making $11,000 a week.
Good money.
Yeah, $500,000 a year. Between 1900 and 1920, he appeared at theaters all over Great Britain performing escape arts, illusions, card tricks, and outdoor stunts. He also toured in the Netherlands, Germany, France, and Russia and became widely known as the Handcuff King. In Cologne, Houdini sued a police officer, Warner Graff, who allegedly that made his escapes via bribery. Houdini won the case when it's proven that he did not ever bribe anybody. So, I'm going to skip on down here just a little bit to get to some more interesting stuff. In 1904, the London Daily Mirror newspaper challenged Houdini to escape from special handcuffs that claimed had taken Nathaniel Hart, a locksmith from Birmingham, 5 years to make. Houdini accepted the challenge for March 17th during a matinee performance at London's Hippodrome Theatre. It was reported that 4,000 people and more than 100 journalists turned out for the much-hyped event. The escape attempt dragged on for over an hour, during which Houdini emerged from his ghost house, a small screen used to conceal the method of his escape several times. At one point, he asked if the cuffs could be removed so he could take off his coat. The Mirror representative, Frank Parker, refused, saying Houdini could gain an advantage if he saw how the cuffs were unlocked. Houdini promptly took out a penknife and hold it in his teeth, used it to cut the coat from his body. Some 56 minutes later, Houdini's wife appeared on stage and gave him a kiss. Many thought that in her mouth it was the key to unlock the special handcuffs. However, it has since been suggested that Bess did not in fact enter the stage at all, and that this theory is unlikely due to the size of the 6-inch key. Houdini then went back behind the curtain. After an hour and 10 minutes, Houdini emerged free. As he was paraded on the shoulders of the cheering crowd, he broke down and wept at the time. Houdini said it was the most difficult escape of his career. He got so good at escaping stuff that he come up with a milk can escape. Do you know what that is? In 1908, Houdini introduced his own original act, the milk can escape. In this act, Houdini was handcuffed and sealed inside an oversized milk can filled with water and made his escape behind a curtain. As part of the effect, Houdini invited members of the audience to hold their breath along with him while he was inside the can. Advertised with dramatic posters that proclaimed failure means a drowning death, the escape proved to be a sensation. Houdini soon modified the escape to include the milk can being locked inside a wooden chest, being chained or padlocked. Houdini performed the milk can escape as a regular part of his act for only 4 years, but has remained one of the acts most associated with Houdini's brother Theodore. And then his brother Theodore continued after his death. He had a Chinese water torture cell where they would chain him upside down by his ankles and then dip him in water, and then he would get out of a locked box and get all them down there. He used to get out of a straitjacket. He would do it live at events in town and would do a deal. Anyways, the thing that scared him the most was they buried him alive. They didn't bury him in a box. They just buried his ass and threw a bunch of dirt on him, and he just barely escaped. He passed out, and they grabbed his hand and get him out. He did film careers. And then he mysteriously died. This is what happened to him. He became an aviator, flew all over, was the first person to go to Australia to fly a plane, bought a plane, was very wealthy and gave money away. But this is what he died from. They said he was in such great physical shape that his stomach muscles were amazing. So some guy hit him 6 or 7 times, but he had a broken ankle, so he was sitting down. He died from that. It ruptured his stomach, like the blood vessels in his stomach, and he died from that. And that's how he died. The greatest escape artist of all time died from getting punched in the stomach.
You've seen the Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
The show?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he said. I think it was John Candy. I think he got sucker punched by Steve Martin, and he's like, "You can't hit somebody like that." That's how Houdini died.
He was right. Okay, my death. I couldn't find one person, but they had an interesting situation that took place. It was called the Germanwings Flight 9525. It was a scheduled international passenger flight from Barcelona in Spain to Dusseldorf in Germany. The flight was operated by Germanwings, which is a low-cost carrier owned by the German Air Luftwaffe. On March 24th, 2015, the aircraft, an Airbus A320-11, crashed west of Nice in the French Alps, killing 150 people on board. The pilot was going through some rough times. He'd seen a doctor, and the doctor told him he didn't need to fly it no more because he was suicidal. Mm-hmm. So the guy was wait until the flight was at 38,000 feet. The pilot said, "I got to go to the bathroom." Just 2 of them up front. Pilot walked out the deal. He locked the door behind him, plunged the plane into the Alps, and killed everyone on site.
Damn it.
It took so long for the plane to crash that they had time to scramble some fighter jets to go see what was going on because they wouldn't answer the deal, but it was descending, and they didn't get there in time before it crashed. So it killed everyone on board, and that was the Angel Bus, or the German Wings Flight 925, and that's my death for the day. Now, thing that happened on March 24th, the greatest entertainer of all time, Mr. Elvis Presley, the King, joined the military, and first day of boot camp was on March 24th.
Well, there you go.
Now, when he signed up for this, it was a big debate because he was the Navy and the Marines, they were all trying to get him. Well, Elvis was not real well liked by adults at this time. Did you realize that?
Yeah.
They did not like him.
Yeah.
And so
shaking the hips.
Colonel Parker said, "Listen, if you join the Army, these parents and these family members are going to like you. They're going to love you. And you only got to go for 2 years." The military, the U.S. Army, wanted to make him part of their USO deal called Special Services. Special Services, Elvis didn't have to go to boot camp. He just would go perform for the Army all over.
Well,
which Elvis probably would have liked, but Colonel Tom had told him, don't do that. Don't do any of that at all. You don't want to do that. That's not good for us. Colonel Tom didn't care about Elvis. He didn't want to lose his money.
Correct.
Because anything that those 2 years that the military would have done, they would have got all the royalties and stuff for him.
Right. Which was brilliant on his part.
Yes. Elvis had just signed a new deal on a TV show. Well, when he first signed up to leave, he was supposed to go in February, but he was supposed to finish up a movie. So they went to the draft board and they said, can we move it back 6 weeks? He's got to finish up this movie. And they said, MGM's paid $300,000 for these people are going to lose their jobs. They let him do it. Well, the public, it was an outcry. He's getting special treatment. And the guy said, no, it wasn't special treatment. We give people waivers all the time during this draft time. Mm-hmm. So Elvis went to Fort Hood in Texas, worked on a tank crew, went to Germany. Now, he did have special things. They let him live off base in a private house if you lived with your family. So he moved his whole family to Germany. When he was in Germany, he met a gentleman that had a 13-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. Priscilla, his daddy. She stayed with him. He went back to America when his 2 years was up. She stayed 2 more years. As soon as her 2 years, she turned 17 right before she graduated. He flew her to America and he married her. And then they had Lisa Marie, and the rest is history. But Elvis was a regular guy in the Army. He did get some special stuff, but he served in a regular platoon. I met a guy years ago that was in the Army with him, and he loved him. They had a music group. They did some music stuff. Elvis would only play the drums because Colonel Tom had told him, do not sing, don't do anything like that. You can't do that.
Right. Very interesting.
So that's my day. Nobody died. Harry Houdini was born, a very interesting man. And the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, served his time in the United States Army.
Here's that clip. It fucking tickles me. Tickles me.
Oh, yeah. This is the old car on fire.
Are you mad at me? You know, you could have killed me slugging me in the gut when I wasn't ready. That's how Houdini died, you know.
John Candy was great.
Oh, fuck. You know, you could have killed me slugging me in the gut like that.
For you young people,
That's how Houdini died.
you probably don't even know there's a movie called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with Steve Martin, and John Candy. You need to check it out. It's funny. John
Great.
Candy was great.
You get that in it.
Comic
All right.
legend.
Bye, everybody. Love you. Bye. Watch for deer.